Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. I know it's been so long. I'm so sorry. I have had a crazy few months. So this video is obviously not a makeup tutorial or a hair tutorial because they're semi-done. They look good enough, I guess. But it's going to be kind of a life update. I want to give you guys kind of some information on what's going on with me and why I was gone for so long. And the crazy few months I have coming up. So I think that the last time I filmed was February-ish. Right before I went to my Us The Duo concert, I filmed a video on my tutorial and then I put in the footage from my concert and how much fun I had and how I had a great time meeting Us The Duo and all the friends that I met there and everything. Right after that, I had family come into town, which is always crazy. It was my grandparents and they live in California, so they come and they stay with me for a few months. And then we do big family things because my parents are here, my brother and my niece are here, me and my daughter, and then my grandparents were here. So all of that. So they came and we were having fun, and so I wasn't filming a whole lot because I was trying to spend some time with them because they're a little bit on the older side, and I, adore both of my grandparents and wanted to spend as much time as possible with them. And on top of that, I work a ridiculously long 40, 45, 50-hour week sometimes. And so I don't have a whole lot of time. In between that, I was going and doing things, so I would go and visit friends. So I went up to Ponte Vedra and saw my friend Sabrina and had a great time. We went to the pool. No, we didn't go to the pool. We went to the beach. We were going to go to the pool, but I was burnt. We were at the beach for like an hour and a half, and I was a red lobster. It was horrible. I don't even think there's pictures because I refuse to take pictures. It was really bad. So, Brady and I went and did that, and then we came home and hung out with the family some more. And then we went back up to Jacksonville to see Sabrina, but we went to go see Todrick Hall. So it was me and Brianna and Sabrina and then another girl we know named Amber. And we went and saw Todrick Hall, and it was amazing. It was so fun, and he puts on such a great show. If you can see him because it's truly one of the better shows I've ever seen in my life. The production and quality is top notch. So we had a blast doing that, and then we met him afterwards, and it was kind of fun because I had seen him in the past July. I took my daughter and her best friend to see the same show, but the second leg of the tour, there's obviously new songs and different things, and so it wasn't exactly the same, but there was a lot of the same things. And new dancers, all that good kind of fun stuff. And so we met him afterwards, and I was like, okay, so I told him I was mad at him, which was so funny. And he's like, wait, why are you mad at me? I didn't do anything. And I was like, no, you really did. I saw you in July and we played a game, which is my favorite game to play with new people. It's the Guess How Old Tiffany Is game because no one ever believes that I'm 34 or that I have a 16-year-old daughter. So yeah, especially when Brianna's with me. They always say that it's my sister or whatever, which I love, obviously. I want to be told I'm young all the time. Compliments, I love them. Give them to me always. But Brianna used to get a little irritated with, no, that's my mom, I promise. They always think we were joking. So he guessed that I think he said I was 26, and I was like, no, I love you though. And he was like, no way. And I was like, okay, but if you get it right, then, I'm going to promo you all over the place. If you get it wrong, you have to follow me on social media. And he was like, oh, absolutely. And so he got it wrong, obviously, so he's supposed to follow me. And he never did. And I was like, oh no, this is not okay. Don't tell me you're going to follow me and then take all my information and then not follow me. So, that's so selfish and whatever, but it was fun. And so I told him, I was like retelling him the story, and he's like, I remember that. We were in Florida, we were in Clearwater. And I was like, yeah. And he was like, I still don't believe that that's your daughter. And I was like, I guarantee it is. And he was like, okay, hold on. So he grabbed his phone from his tour person, and he was like, okay, type your name in, and followed me right there on the spot. It was so funny. All of the people who were in front of me and behind me and watching were like, oh my God, I can't believe that happened. But he's seriously one of the nicest men I've ever met. He is so kind, and he honestly connects with his fans so much. So that was amazing. So those were good parts. I ended up going on a vacation type trip with a friend and having a blast. It was fun. We just did a whole bunch of relaxing and some shopping and some eating, and we stayed in Florida, but it was great. It was so much fun, and I had a blast. We went dancing, which is one of my favorite things to do. Had a little bit too much alcohol, which, you know, happens from time to time, but it's fun. As long as you're over 18, or over, just kidding, as long as you're over 21, you know, or you're safe, whatever. And so we did that. But the big thing that's been going on in my life is my dad had a triple bypass surgery, emergency triple bypass surgery. So that was really stressful. He went into the he went to the doctors one day because his chest was hurting, and they're like, "Oh no," you know, they sent him to a cardiologist. And the cardiologist said, "No, everything's fine." He's like, you know, he just recommended he went on a low salt diet and just kind of started exercising more and losing weight, all those kind of things. Well, a few weeks later, his chest was really hurting, and so my mom's like, "No, we're going to the emergency room." So she took him to the emergency room, and they immediately rushed him to the hospital, a bigger hospital, a cardiac hospital, and the next day he had a triple bypass surgery. So that was highly stressful for the family because we're all very close. And so we did not know how or what was going on. I was at the hospital quite a bit. My daughter is very close to my dad. Very close. And so it was really stressful for her. And so seeing it take such a toll on her was really hard on me. And so I kind of got a little depressed, obviously, as I think many people do when something's serious and you don't know what's going on. Oh, sorry guys. It makes me a little emotional. And so, oh no, my makeup looks cute. Don't ruin it, Tiffany. And so that's what happened. I'm happy to say that my dad is now 7 or 8 weeks out of surgery. We've only had a few minor complications. He did have to go back in to the hospital for 2 days, because they couldn't regulate his blood pressure. It would go really high, and then within minutes it would drop drastically to an unsafe level, and so they couldn't do, he couldn't walk, he couldn't sit, he couldn't stand, he couldn't do anything really because he was blacking out, and it was really kind of scary because the doctors didn't know why, because he was on blood pressure medication. But happy to say they've regulated it. He's gone back to work and all of that kind of stuff. In that time that all of that was going on, my brother and my sister-in-law and my niece and nephew from Alaska were down here dealing with some family stuff on my sister-in-law's side. And then my dad went to the hospital, and so they ended up staying for an extra few weeks to help take care of him because my mom still had to work and, you know, all that kind of stuff. And so they stayed down here for a few weeks, and we were all kind of close quarters, which is stressful. When you have a big family and you're all kind of in the same area, you know, trying to deal with different things and deal with family issues, it's a lot. So that did not help the depression at all. I kind of feel like I start to retreat from people. I want to stay by myself a lot. I don't want to open the blinds. I want it to be dark. I don't want to put makeup on. I don't want to do my hair, which, if you know me, is not like me at all. I love doing my hair and my makeup. I love getting dressed up. There are absolutely times when I don't wear makeup and do my hair. But I would say 90% of the time I do. And so, you know, I was going weeks at a time without doing anything, like just not straightening my hair, not, you know, curling it, nothing. No makeup, or the bare minimum makeup just to make it through work. So yeah, I didn't want to go to the doctor, obviously. I have a huge fear of going to the doctor and getting diagnosed with anything or talking to anyone, just from past experiences and things like that. And so I kind of, you know, try and pull myself out of it, which I don't think is the best option ever. But that's how I dealt with it this time. As I'm slowly coming back to what I find as myself, I am more and more certain that I need to go to a doctor. I do need to start talking to somebody. And I'm gonna use you guys a lot for that, because I feel safe here and I feel like I can say what I need to say and I can be emotional, and you guys will love me no matter what, because you're here because you want to be here. I can't guarantee, oh, see, there it goes. I can't guarantee that every video is going to be a fun video. I can tell you that it's going to be an emotional journey, and it's going to be my emotional journey. And maybe some of the things that I say or do will help you. Maybe it'll just give you a chance to realize that maybe your life is going just the way it should, because everyone's has ups and downs, and it sucks and it's hard. But we all deal with it differently. And this is something that is a personal personal journey for each person. So yeah, I hope you guys stick around. That's what's going on. Now on to the fun, crazy few months I have going on. If you know me, you know that I am a 100% Pentaholic. I love the group Pentatonix so much. If you don't know who they are, what are you doing with your life? Because they're amazing. I have been a fan, well, Brianna and I have been a fan since the Sing Off days. So 2011-ish, we're going on 6 years now, something like that. A crazy amount of time that we've been fans. And I unfortunately was a poor single mom who was struggling with my with my job. I had a great job, but you know, bills take precedence most of the time, and having a kid is not cheap. So I have not ever been able to take her to one of the Pentatonix concerts until last year. And last year we ended up going to 2, and it was the best experience. Her and I got to bond even more over our love of Pentatonix and Superfruit and the whole entire group, and just music in general, because we do end up liking the same music. And so we bonded over that, and we got to see them in Orlando in February, and then in November we went to South Carolina and saw them, and it was such an amazing experience. We ended up having meet and greet passes, and we got to meet them, and we met them the day before, coincidentally out in town, just random stuff like that. And I ended up getting to go on stage with Scott, which was a dream come true. Not many people can say they've ever gotten to do that, and it was huge. And so just recently, like 2 weeks ago or so, Avi, who's the bass, has announced that he's going to take a step back from Pentatonix because it's a lot. And I understand, it's, you know, their schedule is crazy. They are constantly touring and constantly doing things. I don't think they've actually had a real break in a long time. Like a mainstream artist would have a break. So I understand, and they're all so driven and so talented. So he's going on his last leg of the tour this year, and it will be up until September. They start in just a few days in July and go to Japan, and then they'll be doing some shows here in the United States. And so I am going to LA the end of June all the way through like the first week of July, and I'm seeing them with Sabrina 3 different times at the Hollywood Bowl. I think we actually have like either one of the first 4 rows for all 3 shows. We might even have first row like dead center for one of the shows. I'm not sure. Sabrina bought the tickets because I was not in town or near a computer when tickets went on sale. So Sabrina did all that. So she was amazing and got to do all of that for me, which I couldn't ask for a better friend to help out with things than her. And so we're gonna go, and we have a Airbnb, and we're just gonna go hang out and go to some bars down in West Hollywood and go hang out and have a great girls week, and then see Avi and the rest of Pentatonix at the 3 shows for the 4th of July at the Hollywood Bowl, which is huge. That's a huge place to play. I didn't realize how big it was, but I was looking at the map, so I'm excited. And then I'm coming home, And then I think it's the end of August, I have another show. Hold on, I'm trying to think. The end of August, yeah, I have another show in Illinois, right outside of Chicago. I'm going to, and then the first weekend of September, so like a week later, I'm going to Pennsylvania to go see them. And then the very next day, I'm going to their very last show, I think, in Vermont, to see their very last show as Pentatonix as we know them now. Avi, Kevin, Kirsty, Scott, and Mitch. So that is my very busy summer / beginning of fall. I cannot wait. I'm going to bring you guys on that journey. So the channel is going to be a little bit of fun, a little bit of seriousness. We may have some more makeup tutorials. You never know what I'm going to do. But I really appreciate you sticking around. Thank you guys. Please leave me comments on anything you want me to talk about. I mean, I've lived a very full 34 years. And so I have some crazy stories, which I'm going to be talking about because I think that some of my stories from my younger years did shape a lot of how I view things now and how I do things now. Some of them aren't the best of stories, and some of them are, funny, I think. I mean, now that I look back at it, they're funny. I guess when I was younger, they didn't seem so funny, but yeah. So leave me comments. Let me know what you want me to talk about, and I will talk to you soon. Bye, guys.